Hey everyone, today I'd like to share with you my DIY hard case for my Garmin Panoptix Livescope and why I chose to build this case instead of purchasing Garmin's soft case ice bundle. One of the key reasons is I wanted to use the same battery as I do on my K-drill. The Milwaukee M18 18-volt battery. In order to use my Milwaukee batteries, I had to purchase a docking adapter. I built a removable base for the adapter, which I attached to the case with these 4 stainless steel screws. This battery docking adapter is a 3D printed part I found on Amazon. To drop the voltage from 18 to 12 volts, I added this voltage step-down converter. I modified my cradle assembly by installing a larger 5 amp step-down converter and removing the quick disconnect and wiring it directly to the docking adapter. Then I also replaced the quick disconnect going to the Garmin power cable to a Delphi waterproof weather pack disconnect. Once the converter is wired to the docking adapter, install the battery and adjust the voltage on the output side down to 12.5 volts using the adjustment screw on the bottom of the converter. The hard case I am using is a Pelican IM2275 drone case. I installed a Marineco 12-volt socket in the back of the case for plugging in an auxiliary power supply. I wired this directly to the 12-volt side of the harness. I also installed 2 7-inch gas struts, one on each side, to keep the lid up when in use. Now, it is also important to router a notch in the case to allow you to shut the lid with the transducer out. This will allow you to move from spot to spot without taking apart the transducer rod. I installed 4 studs to mount the black box to the bottom of the case, allowing room for the head unit when the case is closed. As for mounting the head unit bracket to the lid, I had to make a 1.5 inch spacer to drop the head unit down so the lid wouldn't obstruct the display. It's also a great place to hold your transducer mounting Allen wrench. Also reduce the weight of the spacer by removing as much material as I could with a Forstner bit. I also had to rabbet both sides of the spacer to fit the indentations in the lid, and then secured it to the lid with 4 stainless steel screws. Another great thing about your Pelican IM2275 is that the feet on it fit perfectly in a plastic milk crate, making it very stable on the ice and the perfect level for when you're sitting on your bucket to look at your screen. Now let's take our Livescope out on the lake. I can show you some menu options and screen setup, and then hopefully catch some fish. A couple tips on setting up your Garmin Panoptix Livescope. To adjust, you can adjust your depth with this, but see how it's not very fine. So what you want to do is go to menu, go to ranges, and then you can dial it here, and then you can fine tune it right there. Okay, that looks pretty good for depth.
Let's see how I have all this noise and static in here. So you want to go to menu, you want to go to sonar setup, and then you want to go to noise reject. And see, you can dial that, and a lot of the noise goes away. And then I'll also fine tune it even more with TVG. And then your screen ends up looking like this, which you can see my jig, which is a 16th ounce jig and 12 feet of water very clearly. Also, you can adjust gain right here with the drop down to even fine tune it even a little bit more. And then you can also go to sonar setup, and you can change the color by appearance. And the color, you can go from amber, copper, black emerald, midnight blue, which is pretty cool, but I see it the best on orange crayfish. So, and that's some of the basic settings you'll need to know about. Just like that. And they sure are pretty little guys. Kind of what we're using right there. Go. Nice little fish. Okay guys, hope that was helpful. Give you some ideas to build your own, and thanks for watching.